So a few weeks ago, I was flying back to the UK after a trip to America, and on the plane, the cabin crew came through serving drinks, and I asked for a glass of water because that's actually what I genuinely wanted. I was feeling really thirsty. But the flight attendant who was serving me said, "Are you sure? You can have wine, you know, it's included." Now, I've been alcohol-free for more than 9 years, and you really couldn't pay me enough to drink alcohol now. I've got no desire for it. But what she said and the way she said it, it got me thinking. Because there was a time, perhaps in early sobriety or before I quit completely, when I was kind of stopping for a bit here and there. Well, back then, a comment like that would have sent me into a tailspin. It would have probably been the permission I needed to drink. You know, the idea that I should get my money's worth, that I should accept the drink because it was included and you're being offered something, and shouldn't you just make the most of it? Isn't that the normal thing to do? So I thought I'd talk about this a bit more today, because at this time of year, the chances of being offered a free alcoholic drink are actually quite high, because it might happen during a flight or on holiday or at a wedding or a work thing or some event. And I think there is part of all of us that likes to get our money's worth. And if something is free or included and it's being offered to us with this expectation that we're going to be delighted and accept it, well, it can mess with your mind a bit. So if you think this might be a challenge for you this summer, I wanted to share a few tips on reframing the way you think about these free alcoholic drinks. And I think the first thing is to really understand the true cost of a free drink. Because when it comes to alcohol, there's always a price to pay that goes beyond money. Whenever you drink, there is a cost to your mind and body. How are you going to feel afterwards? What kind of mood will you be in if you break your sober streak? How much time will that free glass cost you? Because that free drink is probably going to lead to several more, and you could lose hours drinking and feeling drunk, recovering from your hangover, and of course, all that time beating yourself up afterwards. My second tip is to think about how you approach free stuff in other areas of life. So for example, I eat meat, but I only eat the good quality stuff. That is something that's important to me. So if you offered me a free burger, like one of those really cheap ones with loads of crap and weird ingredients, it wouldn't tempt me at all. I wouldn't think that I was missing out on a bargain. Money doesn't come into the equation there because I genuinely don't want it. I've already decided it isn't good enough. And personally, I think alcohol is a bit like that cheap burger. It's that cheap, low-quality drug that creates a cheap, low-quality experience that makes you feel crap. It stops you from having a higher quality experience, such as remembering those special moments with your loved ones on holiday, or getting off the plane feeling clear-headed and rested. My third tip for you is don't be afraid to ask for something else, because it's not a big deal. If you arrive at your hotel on holiday and someone in reception offers you a free cocktail as a welcome drink, you want to think about why they're doing that. They're doing it because they want to make you feel welcome and looked after and maybe a bit special. So therefore, it's no big deal to say, "Have you got any alcohol-free drinks?" Because they should want to cater to that and make you feel welcome as well. These days, I very rarely say, "Oh, I don't drink." I just go straight into, "Oh, what alcohol-free options do you have?" I act like it's no big deal because it is no big deal. Here's another thing. If you've spent years skipping dessert because you were saving your calories for alcohol, a holiday is a really good time to just cut yourself some slack and enjoy a few ice creams. Because seriously, sobriety isn't about living a life of less or just cutting alcohol out and, feeling deprived. Sobriety is really about the things that you gain and the opportunities you now have, big and small, to enjoy a bigger life without a cheap drug like alcohol holding you back. I think the final thing I want to say is that all the thoughts you're having about not drinking on holiday or turning down a free drink, all that stuff is temporary. It only feels challenging right now because you've not done it before, or you've maybe not done it very often. So please don't be tempted to catastrophize and imagine that sobriety is going to be a lifetime of facing these kind of battles, because that really isn't the case. These are just sober firsts. The first time you're doing something different in a situation where you would normally drink. And this will soon become a new normal and not really a big deal. All right, I'm Kate B. Let me know in the comments how you're feeling about turning down those drinks offers this summer and how you're planning on handling it. Have a great week, and I'll speak to you again soon.